Broncos wide receiver Jeudy was walking by, and Steve called out to him.
So the word that I've used to describe him in the past was a jag, just a guy. I wanted to say to him face to face, like, hey, I know I said some things in the past I probably shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. His response, Mike Robb, was ninja. I don't mess with you, and it was a curse word. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver, that they eventually will move on, and when teams call me and asking, should they trade for you, I will say no, don't trade for Jeudy.
You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's just be honest. The wheels have fallen off in Cleveland, all right? If Stefanski's driving the bus, he's driving it. Andrew Berry's over here in the passenger seat. Boom, 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 boom. Wheel just fell off, rolled right down the damn road. All right? I mean, they got crushed by the 49ers in the second half of that game. Shedeur Sanders looked good in the first half, I thought. All right, he looked as good as Brock Purdy in the first half. Don't get me. I'm a Niners fan, folks. I can say that. Roll my eyes. Yeah, $50 million a year. All right. Anyway, by the way, Brock Purdy ain't done not a single thing more than Jimmy Garoppolo did. Not. They both been to a Super Bowl. I mean, they both can throw you some interceptions. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Don't get me started. So, oh boy, Kevin Stefanski's seat, I would think, this morning would be scorching hot. All right, a lot of people are looking in the direction Jimmy has them. Where you at? And I think the one thing you've got to recognize about this Browns team has an elite Super Bowl kind of defense. This defense is really good. Really damn good. Jim Schwartz, we all know Jim Schwartz is like a top 5 defensive coordinator in the league. Do you want to make sure that Jim Schwartz might not be the actual head coach for this team? Because if you fire Kevin Stefanski after the season, Jim Schwartz is gone. And so is that elite-ass defense that you've got right now. He's gone. You got a Super Bowl kind of defense right now under Jim Schwartz. Everybody knows, when Jim Schwartz is run out the door, hell, there may be a bidding war to get him on teams. All right? So, do you want to make sure that Jim Schwartz is not the guy? I don't know. I would want to take a look at Jim Schwartz. So, 49ers Rush podcast put this on their Instagram. And I want you guys to look at the empty seats. And I noticed it during the game yesterday. Jimmy Haslam got a problem because, and I know the weather up there was crap. I get it. But there was a bitch ton of empty seats in that stadium yesterday. Even with Shedeur Sanders playing, a bitch ton of empty seats. Now, speaking of bitch ton, Steve Smith, the elite Hall of Famer, in my opinion, Steve Smith, talking about Jerry Jeudy when Jerry Jeudy was a Bronco. What has your boy Rhodes been telling you about Jerry Jeudy? He's a number 3. He's a number 3. He's not a 1, and his attitude's out here acting like he's a 1. Nah, shut the bleep up and sit down.
Broncos wide receiver Jeudy was walking by, and Steve called out to him.
So the word that I've used to describe him in the past was a jag, just a guy. I wanted to say to him face to face, like, hey, I know I said some things in the past I probably shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. His response, Mike Robb, was ninja. I don't mess with you, and it was a curse word. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver, that they eventually will move on. And when teams call me and asking, should they trade for you, I will say no, don't trade for Jerry Jeudy.
Broncos.
Steve Smith hooked Jerry Jeudy. So let's come over here. This was a pass from Shedeur to Jerry Jeudy yesterday. And look, no doubt about it, wasn't a perfect pass. Shedeur could have put a little more air under this ball. He could have dropped the ball in a little more accurately. But I also think we got Jerry Jeudy not running this play out. Nah, I hope you didn't think you were burning rubber there, bro, because you weren't. You were not burning rubber. All right? You didn't dive for the ball. You didn't run through the play. You got mad. You got mad. And what is amazing me is you got mad about that? Dylan Gabriel's been your quarterback, man, this season. And you acted like you were upset that Shedeur was becoming the starting quarterback last week or whenever it was that we saw, and Jerry Jeudy was acting like a crybaby. And then yesterday, you take a quarterback that's in his second NFL start against the 49ers and Robert Saleh in that defense. By the way, Shedeur, solid in the first half. He played well in the first half. In the second half, yeah, it got ugly. It got ugly as the game wore on. But why are you on the sideline chewing out Shedeur Sanders? Like Shedeur Sanders is a 5-year vet. And you're like, this is Stephon Diggs talking to Josh Allen a few years ago. Where the guys are on, I mean, I don't understand what are you doing, Jerry Jeudy? Because Jerry Jeudy, let me just be real here. Jerry Jeudy looks like a bitch right now. And Shedeur's not having it. I got to give it to Shedeur. Stand up. Hey, let me show you. Look, he said, let me show you the play. Hey, bitch, you should have caught the ball. That's what hey, you should have ran the play out. Was it a perfect throw? No, but God bless America. What in the hell? Now, Shedeur Sanders on being asked about Kevin Stefanski, his job status, the offense he's running, yada, yada, yada.
What did you see on those two fourth and ones that didn't work? And did you like Kevin having the aggressiveness there, even backed up in your territory?
I mean, first, that's a rude question to ask. If I think, it was a great call by my coach,
Do you like the aggression? Not do you like the call? Like, do you like?
I like being out there playing. so whatever that comes with, it comes with. We not gonna be here and ever point finger at no coach or do anything like that.
Hey, he's a smart kid. He knows I'm not going to go out there and drown my coach. Shedeur Sanders on the loss. I just got to be better overall. I got to be able to rally everybody together when adversity is hitting. They never were going to win that game, folks. They were not going to beat the 49ers.
Like, in the midst of everything that's going on, wins, loss, anything, I remember when I wasn't playing, so I never forget that feeling, so I try my best to not let that happen again, for me to be in that position. But we fell short today, and we just can't continue doing that. We can't continue doing that at all. So I know we let a lot of people down. We let the coaches down, as players and everything today. But we'll be ready to go next week. Sure.
Okay, so in case you guys do not know this, they play Cam Ward and the Titans this coming weekend. The number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. By the way, Cam Ward was not my number 1 rated quarterback. Jackson Dart was. Jackson plays tonight. And you guys know I root for the Patriots. That's a scary-ass game. That game's scary because that kid has got a ton of talent, and he is a wild card. And it wouldn't shock me to look up and Jackson Dart has thrown 2 touchdowns and ran for another tonight. And the Patriots in a dogfight against the Giants. Ugh. With Mike Kafka as their coach. Point is, Shedeur Sanders dropped a long-ass way in the draft. If he goes in there and outperforms Cam Ward, holy shit, that is going to be an interesting storyline coming out the following week. All right? And we all know why Shedeur dropped in the draft. We get that. But the fact is, everybody had Cam Ward's talent way out in front of Shedeur Sanders. All right? I think Shedeur Sanders looks the part of a starting quarterback. All right? He doesn't look like the moment's too big. Yes, he's still doing the I'm rolling out too far backwards. I got to get rid of the ball, yada, yada, yada. But he's cut way back on that. There's been noticeable improvement. One way or another, and that was a very tough game yesterday. Kevin Stefanski, what do you do with him? He got it. I mean, I personally speaking, if I'm Jimmy Haslam, I want to see what Jim Schwartz is all about before I decide to clean house at the end of the year and lose the architect of what looks like an elite Super Bowl kind of defense. I'm just saying. Tell me what you think. Look, the Browns were not winning that game. Shedeur Sanders was never going to be perfect against the Niners. Look, the Niners are 9-4. That's my team. We're a tough freaking out right now. Robert Saleh is coaching up that defense with a bunch of backups. Whew. I mean, seriously. I knew the dogs were going to come after Shedeur in the second half. You could believe that. Kevin Stefanski going for it. What was it? Fourth and something from his 38 or some shit? No, man. There wasn't no need for that. You're still in the game. It was like 10-8, I think, with like 7 minutes left in the third or some shit like, and you go for it from your side of the field? Not just kind of your side of the field, a lot of your side of the field. No, punt the mother bleeping ball. We didn't talk about that yesterday. That was a bleeped up coaching decision to have made. By the way, this team's got no talent at wide receiver at all. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.